You know, you have those events that you sometimes think you just don't do enough. And for me, it would be this Chinatown vaccine synthesizer. And I don't know why I don't. It's got to be because it's kind of like the end of an incursion, except for I don't get the 5 rep points for 7th Legion, which I guess I'm kind of spoiled to. So I just don't attend these very often because of that. Honestly, most of the time on the Volge synthesizers, I won't even attend them. I see enough Volge. It's just that just drives me out of my mind. I've had enough of the Volge. I really, really have. So, especially with so many of the incursions being broken, it just seems like Bathhouse seems to be the number one incursion that there is. The Kin Farm has been tuned down to where it's like a very rare occasion, which may be good. I've never gotten bored of doing that one, so it may be bad. It just depends on your viewpoint. For me, it's bad because it just doesn't happen enough. And for anybody who feels like scolding me on my choices of what I'm doing here, why aren't you using an explosive? It's more points, does more damage, any of that good stuff. I'm actually trying to roll this gun. So it's a hard-boiled synergy FRC assault carbine. So I had a really crappy roll on it. I think it was well, I wouldn't say really crappy. It's really crappy for the gun. 15% crit from the hip. If it was an SMG, I'd probably be happy with that and leave it like that. But it's an AR, and there's enough recoil on the assault carbine that, you know, crit from the hip really isn't that handy on this gun. So, you know, I figured, you know what, we'll go ahead and reset it, which is a very, very rare thing for me. I'm not real big on resetting weapons, but I did go ahead and reset this one because I broke down earlier. I have I have the matching. I have a big boomer that is also hard-boiled synergy, and I got some mastery that I didn't care much for it. I think it was velocity. It already has the 1.4 velocity, and for me, it's perfect. That's the white roll. When you get that 1.4 velocity, that's the most amount of velocity I want. I don't want any more. And I rolled velocity, and it was just too much for me to handle. I wasn't ever big on velocity. I used to not like it at all. And to be honest, I really want to see the 1.4 velocity. Now, I've really gotten to where I like it. It's something I can kind of control, and yet at the same time give me considerable more distance, so I can do more damage. But anyways, I re-rolled the boomer, got rid of the velocity. It was just as tickled as I could be. I got damage on it, which is, you know, the thing that almost everybody wants to see is damage. Which, you know, for me, actually, I would have settled if it had been something like Radius. I really would have stuck with that. I really, really like Radius on these guns, on boomers. I think Radius is a very, very handy roll. I think it used to be valued, and now everybody is so big on damage. It's all got to be damage that they forget how handy those Radius rolls are. And for me, Radius is still, I like to see an orange roll of Radius, and so that's kind of what I look for. That or fire rate. I really like fire rate on detonators. I like being able to spit those rounds out faster because sometimes it feels a little slow. When you get spooled to having the orange fire rate, then you don't have it. You feel like you're just barely trudging along. So. But yeah, so that should explain to you a little bit of why I am using what I am using, so that maybe I don't hear you should be using this instead of this. And yeah, as I see a big group, sometimes it is hard. And look at there. See, I set down my spike just as they blew them up. This is perfect timing. The spike is to speed it up, so that maybe I can go ahead and get this gun leveled up a little bit faster. But yeah, when it's a big group, it is kind of hard to turn down getting all those points and just wiping them all with a boomer of some sort of detonator, which I'm using. This is the farming class. I told you guys, especially at these incursions like this, I will use my farming class at these. Comes in really, really good for using explosives. So just in case I got to, you know, use explosives this one, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get to level this up or not. here, which I thought I might, but just in case. And there it is. Boom. And I'll be keeping that. 0.75 recoil, exactly what I was saying. The gun had a little too much recoil when firing from the hip. So much nicer this way. So very much nicer. And this is a reputation vendor assault rifle too, so it's got a little bit of extra power behind it, so that's really nice. But I wanted the hard-boiled. I figured I might give it a shot in expeditions. You know, I don't go down a lot. I don't know why. I worry about self-revive, and that's what hard-boiled is, if you aren't aware. It gives you self-revive as you kill things. I think it's 2% self-revive refresh on a kill. And that's why I was looking. I was like, okay, making sure this. I wanted to see where the recoil was at on it, which isn't great, but it isn't bad. So, and a little bit later, you'll see me look again, because I'm thinking, what about my crash boomer? What was it? And all of a sudden, you know, when you start getting those really good rolls, when you're mastering them, you start getting hungry, and you start going, okay, well, maybe I will start re-rolling everything if it's in a mood to give me good rolls on masteries, because I've really just gotten really sick and tired of getting bad masteries. I mean, I was getting the, whatever it is, 8% less damage on last shot or next shot after a kill or whatever that is, and both of them actually, and it kind of broke me. I just started saving my Arc Forge and making guns legendary. I was like, you know what, I just assume make legendary guns as continue to get poor masteries on everything, get tired of re-rolling guns 10 times, and never actually getting the masteries that I really wanted to see. So, which the mastery on the boomer is 30%. It's a purple roll on my crash boomer. The 30% speed boost on full reload, which is a little bit funny to have at the same time, since this is plate slicer and it tends to reload itself at times. But I'm gonna leave that one there. That's a perfectly good one. I have no problems with that in the end. So I like speed feet, but they kind of broke it, so I don't actually go for speed feet anymore, because it just, you know, it's not as much fun. It used to be so much fun, be it a Ken Farms or something like this. Even I'd pull out my Cannoneer proliferator and just never stop running. It was pretty much 45% faster the entire 10 or 15 minutes that I was there. That's just fun when you're just that much faster the whole time, and especially if it was still that good and you could put all that into your cyber rig now. That would be something else. That would just be, you'd be getting to hit everything. You'd be hitting every enemy there was, because you could just be everywhere. So that would be a dream. But unfortunately, that cooldown really kind of just makes that roll not as desirable for me. It's not a bad roll, but it's not as desirable as it used to be. Not as much fun. So that's just the way that is. So, but we know that we're going to lose some of the fun things because they weren't intended, even though they didn't mind them, and now they do mind them. I don't always get some of these things, but I do have to live with them. So there's not a lot of options right there, but it will be that. But anyways, I don't know how often y'all do this. I was surprised there were more people at this vaccine than I have seen in a while. Most people, maybe people are like me and bored with a lot of the other things, but most people just don't seem to come to these. It's kind of in a meh place. And I mean, like I said, you only get the score. You don't get the 7th Legion rep, which a lot of people probably do like, which is why Bathhouse tends to get reasonably populated, is because, you know, you get points and you get 7th Legion rep, because we all love hitting the 7th Legion box, right? Even though it just doesn't really like me that much. It hasn't been nice to me in a very long time. It only gives me, like, I can't even remember what they are. Pick the worst weapons out of the box, and those are the only ones it will give me in orange color. If it's something I would really like, it's going to be green or blue, not even a purple, so that, hey, you can consider making this a legendary. No, we're just going to give it to you in green and blue. That way you cannot make this a legendary weapon. So But that seems the way it goes for me lately. Like Gunslinger, I've actually managed, probably in the last week, I've managed to pull 2 legendaries out of the Gunslinger cache, and they were both EEC sniper rifles, which I don't use bolt action sniper rifles, so. And I rarely use sniper rifles at all, but I definitely don't use bolt actions. So giving me EECs is just not going to help me a lot. For some reason, I am just horrendous with those bolt actions at getting a critical kill, and I believe that's how the sniper rifle works. Is on a critical kill, you have a chance for cloak. Yeah, that's not going to do me a hill of beans right there. It's not going to do me anything. So I think I know for a fact I gave one of them away just flat out to a clanmate. I was just like, here you go. I'm not even going to try to sell it. Just don't want it. So, but the chase continues. I'm doing everything for keys that I absolutely can. And I don't know what. I think I read something in chat that confused me is what you're seeing here. And I'm like, wait. What? Sometimes you're trying to catch. Wait, I get so busy killing stuff that I don't pay enough attention to chat sometimes, which isn't a bad thing, I guess. But then you'll catch a little something, and you're like, wait, did I miss something? And then you're like, okay, no, I didn't miss anything important, anyways. But yeah, I'm here more than anything for keys. I'm still on the chase for chaos. I've just not. I don't even want to say I'm having bad luck with a chaos. Trying to pull a chaos. I can't even the elite box. I am not even having good luck getting anything orange out of it at this point. So I would be quite thrilled to see a chaos or just about anything that was orange that wasn't a sniper rifle or a rocket launcher. I'm sick of seeing sniper rifles and rocket launchers. Those things just drop like crazy. So, and I don't even know. I don't know, one of most of the rocket launchers and everything. And I'm like, well, sometimes you look at them and you go, why? I don't even use any of them at all. Because rocket launchers aren't that good. Oh, I mean, I know why they aren't that good. If you played in the beta of this game, which I know everybody thinks the game is still in beta, but if you actually played in the beta of the game, rocket launchers were super, super overpowered in PvP. And so they really, really had to do something about that, I guess. I remember it was the first thing one of my friends said to me. Man, if you're going to play PvP, you have got to get a mass cannon. That thing is nasty. And now if you even try to sell a mass cannon, or maybe I should say try to sell a mass cannon, offer it up for like 10K and see how many people flock to you, because there won't be very many, because the gun isn't really considered all that great anymore. Oh, it's kind of sad how that works. I mean, you understand it, but it just shows things. I mean, things get nerfed along the way, and that was just from beta. That the mass cannons, well, all rocket launchers kind of took a massive hit because they were so powerful. Kind of the way I think some people are feeling about a certain assault rifle in PvP right now that has been buffed, and now people are feeling is a little bit overpowered. I personally do not know, so I am not complaining or asking for a nerf. I'm just saying this is what I'm reading and what I'm seeing. So, and I'm pretty sure that you should be able to figure out exactly which assault rifle I'm talking about at that point. And I think I have one of them, but that's a different story, I guess. Not one I use in PvP anyways. But anyways, this is over. A Chinatown vaccine synthesizer. And I will catch you guys later.